The storm of war has reached a moment where spectacle alone can no longer contain the weight of what is happening. Everything sharpens. Every movement, every choice, feels pulled by forces larger than the battlefield itself. It begins deceptively small, with Diablo, as always. His smile, his air of superiority, his evasive charm. While the primordial trio prepare to tear through the Empire's forces, Ultima and Carrera confront him, demanding to know why he lingers, why he holds himself back. He answers, in that half-mocking, half-devoted tone, that he has a noble mission. I have the noble mission of watching over the glorious Sir Rimuru in combat. It is a vital role to take, and I cannot leave it to any of you. To the untrained ear, it sounds like an excuse, maybe even cowardice. But those words conceal something far more dangerous, his hunger to witness what is about to unfold. A front-row seat to the clash between Rimuru, Velgrynd, and the puppet Veldora. His fixation is personal, even obsessive. And yet, beneath that desire lies real caution. Someone on the enemy's side holds mastery over alternate dimensions. Velgrynd herself, perhaps. If reality itself can be distorted, then Rimuru needs an anchor, someone who will never leave his side. But Diablo's caution is never simple. He hints at a rat in the shadows, one who manipulates strings too fine for most eyes to see. Yuki Kagurazaka, that name hangs heavy, poisonous. Diablo doesn't state it outright to Ultima and Carrera, but the implication bleeds through. He suspects the hand behind the chaos isn't only Imperial, that Yuki's schemes may twist this war at its peak. And so, reluctantly, Ultima and Carrera accept his reasoning. If Diablo insists on playing Guardian, then they will channel their bloodlust elsewhere. And you don't have any objection to us going on a rampage, do you? Carrera presses. Diablo's grin widens. Of course not. In fact, you can even dispatch Ludora if you like. Permission granted, they sprint towards slaughter, abandoning Diablo to his vigil. And Laplace, forgotten, overlooked, lingers with a shadow of self-pity before drifting toward his own role, unseen, with Kigali. Small movements, silent currents, all of them tugging toward catastrophe. Then, the ground itself shifts, not in fire or steel, but in spirit. Across the battlefield, one after another, monsters awaken, evolving under the web of food chain. Each awakening feeds Rimuru in return, magnifying his limits, drawing his soul higher into terrifying heights he himself cannot fully sense. Rage becomes metamorphosis. Vengeance becomes evolution. The army of Tempest no longer fights alongside him. They are him, extensions of his fury, his will. And with each awakening, the Empire's fate tilts further toward disaster. On the Emperor's flagship, triumph curdles into dread. Only moments ago, their capture of Veldora had felt like destiny. Now, they watch as Rimuru rises, fury incarnate, and recognize the enormity of their mistake. Ludora, Kondo, Damrata, all stand with the single digits, while Velgrynd's unconscious replica rests like a fragile promise at Ludora's side. Stroking her blue hair, the Emperor mutters with rare candor. He is something else entirely now. Perhaps it was the slime who we needed to deal with first? That one sentence is enough to chill even his own loyalists. The realization, Rimuru was never a nuisance. He is a catastrophe. Kondo feels the bite of bitter regret. His strongest bullets, removal and necrosis, had vanished against Rimuru like stones in an ocean. He understands the truth. A serious fight is inevitable. Their earlier strategy, seize Veldora, break Rimuru's heart, and watch the slime collapse, has backfired catastrophically. Instead of breaking, Rimuru has hardened into something monstrous. And yet Ludora refuses despair. He sketches his plan with cold precision. Pit the enthralled Veldora against Rimuru. Let Velgrynd support, ensuring the Demon Lord's destruction. Rimuru's companions can be left to the single digits and Imperial forces. To Ludora, this is efficiency. Cut away Rimuru, and the future clears. His victory over Guy Crimson, his dream of empire unchallenged, remains intact. But shadows creep into his certainty. Through Regalia Dominion, he has felt flickers of Veldora's mind. Anger, resistance, the faintest echo of defiance. Then silence. Why had the Storm Dragon ceased to struggle? Was it resignation or something more sinister? Was Veldora shielding something greater? Ludora rejects the thought, dismisses it aloud as ridiculous. And yet, the doubt gnaws at him unrelenting. And then, the moment they feared arrives. Velgrynd steadies herself, whispering to the enthralled dragon at her side, "The next time you wake up, you will be one of us." It is a cruel promise, one meant to bind. She braces, waiting for Rimuru's intrusion, but she underestimates him. he does not arrive cautiously, nor with hesitation. He steps forward openly, dragging his demons into full view, empowering them with his own essence, even elevating the primordial trio into devil lords before her eyes. To Velgrynd, this is no longer a slime borrowing power. This is something akin to a true dragon. His aura radiates dominion so absolute it bends the battlefield itself. The oppressive waves of his fury crash outward, Lord's ambition, suffocating any being below S rank into nothingness. Velgrynd sees it for what it is, a mere demon lord, cloaked in the authority of a true dragon. Her confidence fractures, but not her resolve. She knows if Rimuru is allowed to continue, the empire itself will dissolve. Drawing strength from the stolen power of her brother, she is at her full might. Still confident, still certain, two true dragons aligned should erase any demon lord. Her voice cuts sharp and commanding. Veldora! Give Veldora the order to strike the demon lord Rimuru with all his might. The emperor obeys, triggering Regalia Dominion. To them, it is over. A slime cannot face two dragons. But certainty is a fragile thing. The storm breaks. Veldora's storm blast tears through the battlefield, obliterating the sky itself. Raphael, the flawless guide, calculates the answer, absolute defense. Perfect logic. But Rimuru rejects it. No! Evade, you idiot! Instinct overrides reason. He moves, narrowly escaping obliteration. In that instant, something shatters. Raphael, the Lord of Wisdom, falters. It cannot reconcile the failure of its own perfection. Confusion. According to estimates, it should have been 100% defendable. For the first time, Raphael feels shame, doubt, and Rimuru, rather than chastising, reaches out. Not to a tool, not to a program, but to a companion. Don't get worked up just because you made a little mistake. Just believe in yourself. I'll handle Veldora, so you do something about Velgrynd. Trust. Real trust. That moment transforms everything. The cold distance between wielder and skill dissolves. He offers a name, a gift usually reserved for true companions. Okay, how about Ciel? You've got knowledge as wide as the open sky, so Ciel. Get it? It is whimsical, but devastatingly intimate. And Raphael. No, Ciel, awakens. I am Ciel, a manus, or theosophical core, merged with a skill. I exist alongside the soul of Sir Rimuru, providing support. It will be a pleasure to work with you. What had been system becomes soul. What had been logic becomes trust. Rimuru is no longer fighting with a tool, but with a partner who shares his essence. From that moment, Velgrynd's doom begins. Her burning breath, empowered by Royal itself, is dismissed as if it were smoke. Her nuclear cannon, a 22-fold bombardment powerful enough to vaporize an asteroid, fails against Ciel's effortless defense. Rimuru barely glances at her. His eyes remain locked on Veldora, his true focus, while Velgrynd's wrath crashes uselessly against Ciel's calm calculations. To her, the insult is unbearable. He does not even consider her a threat. Her fury ignites. She unleashes her ultimate art, cardinal acceleration. A weaponization of forced acceleration, a phenomenon capable of collapsing body, soul, even thought into raw energy. Against this, even Guy Crimson or Velzard would hesitate. Velgrynd believes it absolute. She screams her verdict. Prepare to have your body rot away, not a single piece of flesh left. The surge consumes the sky, and yet the impossible occurs. Rimuru stands untouched. Velgrynd's disbelief is pure and raw. No, it can't be. Her most prideful technique, her ace above all aces, had been eaten alive. Ciel had dissected the phenomenon instantly, wielding Beelzebub to predate, isolate, banish it into complex space, and then absorb it for power. What once annihilated now nourishes. Velgrynd's pride collapses with it. And then, the true insult. Ciel forges a new technique in the same instant, insulated imprisonment, a fusion of unlimited imprisonment and spatial insulation. Every factor, temperature, pressure, current, even the rhythm of breath, is computed and sealed. Velgrynd is trapped before she comprehends what happened. Her power thrashes uselessly. How? How could it be so easy for him? Rimuru's answer is dismissive, almost mocking. Sit tight in there for a while, okay? I'll play with you after I free Veldora. Humiliation does not break her. Not entirely. With her body bound, she activates parallel existence, abandoning her current form, sending her essence into a clone with Veldora. Survival above pride. But what she does not realize is chilling. That retreat, that desperate escape, was already foreseen. Exactly what Ciel wanted. Rimuru reflects, in that brief quiet between storms, on how whimsical the act had seemed. Naming a skill, offering recognition. And yet the consequence is profound. What had been calculation now feels like destiny. What had been isolation is now companionship. In that bond, he has found not just power, but certainty. And Velgrynd, once radiant in her unshakable pride, has learned the truth. Against Rimuru, against Ciel, there is no certainty left. The trap closes, and the Empire, already floundering in doubt, has only begun to realize that what they unleashed in Rimuru is not a demon lord, not even a dragon's equal. It is something beyond, something that cannot be bound.